Bree plus Carolyn from David Campos' office. So there are 4 of our 11 supervisors that are here.
今ここにいるのは11人中4人がここに座っています。
And I know you're meeting with the Berkeley City Council that passed that great resolution recently as well, later today. And then tomorrow, really great alliances with San Francisco and U.S. organizations. I know the All Okinawa Council has representatives from many sectors, from women's movement, labor, business, and the civil society. It's very, very impressive that you represent such a strong voice, well over 80% of the sentiments of people from Okinawa, and that you're united to build more solidarity here and elsewhere. I've long heard of the struggles against military bases, whether they're Clark and Subic Bay in the Philippines, or the nuclear bombing of Palau and the Marshall Islands. But your struggle is connected with so many other ones, and we need to do more to build support here in the U.S. My hope out of the learning about your struggle, we'll learn new tactics and strategies for our own movements, environmental movements, women's movements, movements for self-determination here, because of the great types of campaigns you've built. Not only the elders' teach-ins for over 10 years, where elders from the Battle of Okinawa and others are sitting in key places to oppose the building of the new Marines base, but also the sea sit-ins where kayaks and other boats are used to really raise awareness, and not only from electing people to office, but also building up the grassroots coalitions that you've done. We could learn a lot from you here. So your work across women's human rights, peace, environment, and so many other sectors is a real good lesson for us here.
Right now, I'm very overwhelmed hearing what you said, because actually you have known our situation within the history of Okinawa. And seems there is no need to add. And we are here with 26 people, although other 6 are in other meeting. And then we are very thankful for accepting us to be here.
I've known a little bit about it. My uncle was in the Air Force and he was stationed in Okinawa. And I actually kind of stayed away from talking with him very much because I didn't agree with him and just how the U.S. presence there was not good for the Okinawan people. And you know, I have a real concern about U.S. imperialism and colonialism. It's very hard for, even, I hear you say it's really great to hear in America people do care about these things, anti-imperialism. We're not strong enough now. We have a ways to go because the very presence of our military bases, not just in Okinawa, but in maybe 350 other countries around the world, means that we have a very long way to go to recognize the indigenous people in the places that our nation occupies. But I have not been shy, and my colleagues, some of my colleagues have not been shy about reaching out in solidarity to support people who have been colonized by our military and our financial corporations. And so whatever, I'll work with Eric Marr, next steps in terms of what we can do to support you. I want to be part of the voice of support and solidarity with the Okinawan people.
We are very much surprised and encouraged by deep understanding of Supervisor Eric Marr. Thank you very much. Even though we see many difficulties in future, we shall never give up for our children and grandchildren. So please, let's work together for the mutual benefit.
I have been a judge for over 32 years. And I understand what you mean by justice and peace. Pope Paul VI said, he's now a saint, by the way, if you want peace, you have to pursue justice. This is what we're all here to do. And it is not easy to fight for justice. It is not easy to get peace in the world. I think it is wonderful that we can all work together. I think you're right. America still stands for democracy and also justice, but it is not easy. Asian Americans also represent a minority in this country. The Japanese Americans suffered a great deal in this country because of the World War aggression of Japan and the United States. And China, the rest of the world suffered a great deal. The comfort women issue is something that is horrible, and yet Japan still today has not apologized and recognized its mistake. We have a saying in the Rape of Nanjing Redress Coalition, unless Japan apologizes, there will be no peace. So we hope Japan will do the right thing for you, for the Okinawans, for the rest of the world, and bring about peace together. We'll work with you and work in solidarity to achieve peace and justice.